In the ever-evolving world of celebrity drama, few stories manage to capture the public's imagination quite like the intersection of personal relationships and professional ambitions. Enter Kanye West and Bianca Censori, a pairing that has consistently kept fans on their toes with its blend of romance, creative collaborations, and now, a surprising twist involving business interventions. If you've been following the headlines, you'll know this isn't just another run-of-the-mill celebrity spat. It's a tale rife with ambition, tension, and the kind of high-stakes decisions that can make or break careers. Bianca Censori, once an enigmatic figure in Kanye's orbit, quickly rose to prominence not only as his romantic partner, but also as a burgeoning entrepreneur with bold plans for her future. Her vision was clear. She wanted to carve out her own legacy, separate from the shadow of her famous boyfriend. With a knack for innovation and an unrelenting drive, Bianca had begun laying the groundwork for what promised to be a lucrative venture, one that would position her as a rising star in her own right. But then came the unexpected curveball. Kanye West decided to intervene. Now, before we dive into the juicy details of this intervention, let's take a step back and set the stage. For those unfamiliar with Bianca's journey, she wasn't always in the spotlight. Before meeting Kanye, she lived a relatively low-profile life, quietly pursuing her passions and building connections behind the scenes. It wasn't until her relationship with the iconic rapper and designer became public that she stepped into the glare of fame. And while many might assume being tied to someone like Kanye would automatically open doors, Bianca proved early on that she wasn't content to simply ride his coattails. She had dreams of her own, and they were big ones. Her business plans revolved around a concept that blended art, fashion, and technology in ways that felt fresh and forward-thinking. Think immersive digital experiences meets avant-garde design, all packaged in a way that appealed to both niche markets and mainstream audiences. Early buzz suggested she was onto something groundbreaking, with industry insiders whispering about potential partnerships with major brands and investors eager to get a piece of the action. By all accounts, Bianca was poised to become a force to be reckoned with. But here's where things took a turn. According to sources close to the couple, Kanye began expressing concerns about Bianca's ambitious endeavors. At first glance, it seemed odd. Why wouldn't he support his partner's aspirations? After all, Kanye himself built his empire by taking risks and pushing boundaries. Yet those who know him well understand that his approach to creativity and business is deeply rooted in control and perfectionism. He doesn't just want success, he wants his version of success. And when it comes to those closest to him, his protective instincts often kick into overdrive. So what exactly did Kanye do? Well, according to reports, he didn't simply offer advice or express mild reservations. He actively inserted himself into Bianca's plans. Some might call it meddling, others might see it as an attempt to safeguard her interests. Either way, it sparked a chain reaction of events that left fans buzzing and Bianca herself caught between loyalty and independence. The question everyone seems to be asking is, was Kanye trying to protect Bianca, or was he stifling her potential? To answer that, we need to unpack the dynamics of their relationship. From the outside looking in, Kanye and Bianca appear to share a bond that goes beyond typical romance. They're collaborators, confidants, and co-creators, constantly bouncing ideas off each other and challenging one another to think bigger. This synergy has undoubtedly fueled some of their most exciting projects together. However, it's also created a dynamic where boundaries sometimes blur. Where does partnership end and interference begin? That's the million-dollar question at the heart of this saga. Let's rewind a bit to better understand how Bianca's business plans came to fruition in the first place. As mentioned earlier, she wasn't content to merely exist in Kanye's shadow. Instead, she channeled her energy into developing a concept that reflected her unique perspective. Friends describe her as fiercely intelligent and incredibly resourceful, qualities that served her well during the initial stages of planning. She spent countless hours researching market trends, networking with key players in the industry, and fine-tuning her pitch. The result was a proposal so compelling that it garnered immediate interest from several high-profile investors. One insider revealed that Bianca's idea centered around creating a platform that merged augmented reality with luxury fashion, a space ripe for disruption. Imagine being able to virtually try on couture pieces from your living room or attend exclusive runway shows via hologram. It's the kind of innovation that could revolutionize the way consumers interact with fashion, making Bianca's concept not just timely but potentially transformative. Naturally, word spread quickly, and soon she found herself fielding offers and negotiating deals that could catapult her career to new heights. Enter Kanye. Initially, sources say he was supportive of Bianca's efforts, offering encouragement and occasionally weighing in with suggestions based on his own experiences in the fashion world. But as the project gained momentum, his demeanor reportedly shifted. What started as casual input morphed into more direct involvement, with Kanye allegedly questioning everything from Bianca's choice of partners to the overall direction of her brand. Some even claim he went so far as to discourage certain collaborations, citing concerns about maintaining artistic integrity. For Bianca, this sudden shift must have been jarring. On one hand, she likely appreciated Kanye's desire to help her avoid pitfalls he himself encountered throughout his career. On the other hand, she may have felt suffocated by his increasingly hands-on approach. After all, part of what makes entrepreneurship thrilling is the freedom to chart your own course, even if it means stumbling along the way. Having someone else dictate terms, no matter how well-intentioned, can feel like losing control of your destiny. The tension reached a boiling point during a pivotal meeting with prospective investors. Sources close to the situation claim that Kanye unexpectedly showed up uninvited and proceeded to dominate the conversation. While Bianca had prepared extensively for the presentation, ready to showcase her vision and secure funding, Kanye reportedly hijacked the discussion, redirecting focus toward his own philosophies and priorities. This left Bianca visibly frustrated, struggling to reclaim ownership of her narrative amidst Kanye's larger-than-life presence. Observers noted that the dynamic in the room shifted dramatically once Kanye entered. His charisma and reputation commanded attention, overshadowing Bianca's contributions, and leaving investors unsure of whether they were backing her vision or his. For Bianca, this moment underscored the challenges of navigating a relationship with someone whose influence looms large in every room he enters. It's one thing to collaborate, it's another entirely to have your voice drowned out by someone else's megawatt personality. Unsurprisingly, news of the meeting leaked almost immediately, setting social media ablaze with speculation and commentary. Fans weighed in on both sides of the debate, with some defending Kanye's actions as those of a protective partner looking out for Bianca's best interest. Others criticized him for overstepping, accusing him of undermining Bianca's autonomy and treating her like an extension of his brand rather than an independent creator. Meanwhile, memes and jokes flooded timelines, capturing the absurdity of the situation while also highlighting the very real power dynamics at play. What makes this story particularly fascinating is the way it taps into broader cultural conversations about gender, power, and ambition. Here you have a woman striving to establish herself in industries historically dominated by men, facing obstacles not unlike those encountered by countless female entrepreneurs before her. Add to that the additional layer of being romantically linked to a global icon, and you have a recipe for complexity. Is Bianca's struggle unique because of who she's involved with? Or is it emblematic of the systemic barriers women face when attempting to assert themselves in competitive fields? These are questions worth exploring, especially as society continues to grapple with issues of equality and representation. Returning to the specifics of Kanye's intervention, it's important to consider his motivations. To dismiss his actions purely as controlling behavior overlooks the nuances of his character and his history as a perfectionist who demands excellence from those around him, including himself. Throughout his career, Kanye has demonstrated a willingness to challenge norms and push boundaries, often at great personal cost. His dedication to his craft is unparalleled, and he expects the same level of commitment from anyone operating within his sphere of influence. This mindset likely played a role in his decision to intervene in Bianca's business plans. Perhaps he saw red flags that others missed, warning signs of potential missteps that could derail her progress. Or maybe he genuinely believed he could add value, leveraging his experience and connections to elevate her project to new heights. Whatever the case, his methods raised eyebrows, prompting discussions about the fine line between guidance and interference. When does helping someone cross into hindering them? And how do you balance support with respect for individual agency? From Bianca's perspective, the situation presented a dilemma familiar to anyone who has navigated a relationship with a strong-willed partner. How do you maintain your identity and pursue your goals without feeling overshadowed or diminished? How do you communicate your needs effectively, while still honoring the bond you share? These aren't easy questions to answer, especially when emotions run high and stakes are significant. For Bianca, finding resolution required a delicate dance of diplomacy and determination. As the dust settled following the contentious investor meeting, whispers of discord began to circulate. Some insiders suggested that tensions between Kanye and Bianca had escalated, with arguments erupting over creative differences and conflicting visions for the future. Others speculated that the couple was working through their issues privately, determined to find common ground despite the challenges. Regardless of the truth, one thing remained clear: the incident had irrevocably altered the trajectory of Bianca's plans. In response to the growing scrutiny, Bianca reportedly took a step back to reassess her strategy. Rather than rushing ahead with her original proposals, she opted to regroup and refine her approach. This decision speaks volumes about her resilience and adaptability, qualities essential for anyone navigating the unpredictable waters of entrepreneurship. Instead of allowing setbacks to derail her, she chose to view them as opportunities for growth and refinement. It's a testament to her strength of character and unwavering belief in her abilities. Meanwhile, Kanye faced backlash from critics who accused him of prioritizing his ego over Bianca's aspirations. Social media lit up with calls for accountability, urging him to recognize the impact of his actions and consider the message they sent to aspiring creators everywhere. Did he truly believe he knew better than Bianca, or was he succumbing to insecurities about sharing the spotlight? These questions lingered in the minds of observers, fueling ongoing debates about the nature of collaboration versus control. Despite the controversy, there were moments of levity sprinkled throughout the saga. Memes mocking Kanye's unsolicited appearances at meetings went viral, earning laughs and likes from fans worldwide. One particularly popular post depicted him bursting into a boardroom with a superhero cape, accompanied by the caption, "When you just can't resist saving the day." While humorous, these depictions also highlighted the absurdity of the situation, reminding us that even the most dramatic conflicts can have their lighter side. As time passed, the narrative surrounding Bianca and Kanye evolved, reflecting the complexities of human relationship. Conversations shifted from accusations and blame to reflections on communication, compromise, and mutual respect. Both parties appeared to acknowledge the need for balance, recognizing that true partnership requires give and take from both sides. For Bianca, this meant asserting her independence while remaining open to constructive feedback. For Kanye, it meant tempering his impulses and trusting in Bianca's capabilities. Ultimately, the story of Kanye's intervention in Bianca's business plans serves as a microcosm of larger themes at play in modern culture. It touches on issues of power, ambition, and the delicate interplay between personal and professional lives. It raises questions about the responsibilities we bear toward our loved ones, and the boundaries we must establish to preserve our individuality. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds us that behind every headline lies a tapestry of emotions, motivations, and truths waiting to be explored. Looking back, what stands out most about this saga isn't the drama itself but the humanity within it. Beneath the glitz and glamour of celebrity status are real people grappling with universal challenges: love, trust, ambition, and compromise. Watching Bianca navigate these obstacles alongside Kanye offered a window into the complexities of balancing personal relationships with professional aspirations. It's a reminder that no matter how successful or influential we become, we're all subject to the same fundamental struggles. For Bianca, the experience undoubtedly shaped her journey in profound ways. Whether she viewed it as a setback or a stepping stone depends on her perspective, but one thing is certain: she emerged stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever to forge her own path. Her ability to adapt and persevere in the face of adversity speaks volumes about her character and resilience. If anything, the incident may have strengthened her resolve to prove herself not just to Kanye but to the world at large. On Kanye's side, the intervention likely prompted introspection and self-awareness. Known for his intense passion and exacting standards, he may have recognized the importance of tempering his instincts with empathy and understanding. Doing so would not only benefit his relationship with Bianca, but also enhance his reputation as a mentor and collaborator. After all, leadership isn't just about imposing your will, it's about empowering others to succeed on their terms. As the dust settles and the headlines fade, the lasting impact of this saga will continue to resonate. It's a story that transcends its protagonists, touching on universal truths about love, ambition, and the pursuit of greatness. Whether viewed as a cautionary tale, a source of inspiration, or simply entertainment, it underscores the enduring power of storytelling to connect us across boundaries and remind us of our shared humanity. So the next time you find yourself scrolling through social media or tuning into the latest gossip, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface of this story? Who are the people involved, and what drives them? How does this narrative mirror my own experiences, or challenge me to see the world differently? Because in doing so, you'll uncover not just the drama but the depth, the threads that bind us together, even in the midst of chaos. And perhaps that's the true magic of moments like these. They remind us that behind every headline lies a tapestry of experiences, motivations, and truths waiting to be uncovered. They force us to confront uncomfortable realities while simultaneously offering glimpses of hope, redemption, and transformation. They connect us to one another, bridging gaps of geography, culture, and circumstance through shared curiosity and empathy. In a world increasingly defined by division and discord, stories like this serve as reminders of our shared humanity and the enduring power of storytelling to unite us. In the case of Kanye West and Bianca Censori, the drama may have unfolded in spectacular fashion, but the underlying themes are timeless. Love, betrayal, forgiveness, and resilience, these are the threads that weave through all of our lives, shaping who we are and how we relate to one another. And while the specifics of this story may fade with time, its essence will endure, reminding us of the beauty and complexity of the human experience. Ultimately, the legacy of this confrontation lies not in the details of who said what or who did what, but in the conversations it sparked, the emotions it evoked, and the connections it forged. It's a reminder that we're all part of something bigger, linked by our shared joys, sorrows, and everything in between. So here's to Kanye, Bianca, and everyone else touched by this whirlwind saga. May their story inspire us to lean into vulnerability, embrace empathy, and cherish the bonds that make life worth living. After all, it's in those moments of raw honesty that we find our truest selves and our greatest strength.